Knicks family, what's poppin'? It's your boy, man. And yes, we're still celebrating from last night's victory over the Golden State Warriors. I'm pretty sure everybody is, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pretty sure everybody is. But we're on to another game. We got to have a short-term memory because you got to turn around, and now you got to play the Kings tonight. In this game, it doesn't seem on paper that it would be as challenging as the Golden State Warriors, although the Warriors didn't end up to be as challenging as we thought it might be. We can't sleep on this team. We can't sleep on them because it's just the kind of game, just the kind of team that'll sneak up on you and give you a loss that you end up feeling bad about. But before we get into everything, man, I want to say rest in peace to Hank Aaron, passed away. You know, the home run king who defied the odds of racism and oppression, you know, to become one of the greats in baseball. You know, so rest in peace to him and condolences to his family. You know, but let's go ahead and get into it, man. Talk about, I'm pretty sure some people still have some thoughts on last night's game. You know what I mean? And then we'll start breaking down the Sacramento Kings game. How you guys doing today? Andy? What's up, man?
Well, yeah, what up? Like I told you offline, it's a wild thing because I'm like 40 seconds into the game. So I saw the tip, and then I hopped on Zoom. I was, trying to don't see the result of the game, but you know how it is. A couple of times a day, you just pop on the phone and, the notifications come and I'm just like swiping them. Right. But I think I saw one from MSG that Knicks win. So I'm like, damn, I think they won. And I think I wasn't sleeping at that time. So I'm going to hop in for the guys, in the chat, spend time with you guys. And then I can rewatch the game. So,
yeah, I mean,
I don't know the number score. Just I think we won. And Sim, you actually spoiled it in the introduction. So I think I know the result that we won at least. But it's better than if we know that I lost. So.
I mean, if you're gonna hold on and try not to find out, you might as well turn all your notifications off, not follow, not look at any social media.
Exactly.
Don't watch television. I've tried it, and it's almost impossible today.
Yeah,
right.
It's only like dig yourself in the bunker and cut the internet off. So it's not possible, basically.
Right. It's almost impossible, man. Chop, what's going on with you, man?
Salute. Just like Andy, I'm watching it right now on MSG, the replay. So I heard it in my sleep. I work late night, so I'm actually watching it. So if I look like I'm looking like this, yeah.
All right. No screaming and hollering over there when you see some of the plays that could happen.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm gonna be mute. Everything's gonna be muted.
Nah, I'm just messing with you. Divine.
Salute, Auntie Steph.
Salute to the chat, Steph, Andy, Chop, Josh, everybody in the chat, on the panel, MBK family. I second that on the motion with Sim, RIP to the great homer hit of all time, not no steroid. Hank Aaron, peace out. I'm ready to go, man. I'm excited. I think we can, we stay focused. We get to the game tonight, and we be doing our thing, man. I'm excited about, for tonight. I'm looking forward to it, man. So let's go Knicks, man. Let's get it popping.
All right, Steph.
Shout out to you, Sam, the chat, the panel. Like I always say, to me, this is the best video chat on YouTube. Not only can you interact in the chat or call in, but if you're a member, you can hop on. And that's what I did. And I'm able to talk Knicks with you guys. So to me, this is the best. MBK.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Hit that like button. I feel good. When the Knicks win, everything is better. Workouts are smoother. The traffic goes smooth. Everything is good.
I like that.
When the Knicks win. So I had to drive up to Yonkers today. I didn't even care if other people cutting in, whatever they was doing. The Knicks won, and we play again tonight. So I'm excited. like I said, it depends what team showed up. And last night, that team that was on their defensive rotations and hitting their shots showed up. I thought it would be a little tighter than it was, but I'll take it. And I look forward to talking about Sacramento.
All right. Josh?
Salute everyone. Salute the chat. Salute MBK fam. Salute the panel. How y'all doing? I just want to, second or third, rest in peace to the legendary Hank Aaron, the home run king. Great life, great career, and a trailblazer for what he did for us as people. Again, last night, really good victory. I was, had to be to work at 5:30, so I couldn't come on the post game. I only got 4 hours of sleep. I still got bags under my eyes. I've been yawning all day, but it was nice to go to sleep with the Knicks winning, and I knew that we were going to win. I predicted them to win the game last night, and hopefully we can continue this good brand of basketball that we've been playing.
Yeah, because last season and seasons before that, you feel dumb staying up until 1:30 in the morning watching games, and they're getting smacked all up and down the floor. You know what I'm saying? He like, I stayed up for this. I'm gonna be tired in the morning for this. You know what I'm saying?
You're telling me that? You're telling me that, bro? That's my life. That's my life, bro.
Right? Yeah, I know. Nate.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Good, man. Doing
Nate,
good.
what's happening, Nate?
Salute to Hank Aaron, pioneer of baseball. He'll be truly missed. Opened the door for a lot of opportunities of people of color. So I love that, and I wish they can continue that to happen. We're starting to see it more in sports, and I'm so encouraged by it. The Knicks got off to a fast start. The defense played their butts out. And RJ is coming into his own. That's the best way to say it. I think he's gonna take that mantle as the second best scorer on this team, and we need it because when Draymond was playing against Randall, he played him pretty well, and Randall struggled. And so you need a guy like Barrett to take that mantle and step up, and he did last night. So very happy to see that.
Yeah. And well, I'll get into some things about Randall in a little bit. Kev?
Salute to you, Sim. Salute to all my brothers and sisters on the panel. Salute to the chat. Prayers to the family of Hank Aaron. He was a giant among giants, not in just Major League Baseball, but of people of color. And he'll be missed greatly. As far as last night's game, man, as my boy Ron says, man, that was a sight to see last night, and it's good to be on that side of the on that side of the window of us smacking somebody else, pretty much. And I look forward for tonight for the same thing. I had some fears last night, but luckily those fears didn't materialize because it seemed like the Knicks were in control throughout the whole game. RJ Barrett the shots he was putting up, I was, mesmerized. I love what Randall is doing. Keep that going. I don't want to trade him for nobody. I don't want to trade Elfrid Payton for anybody. I don't want to trade anybody. Wow. Yeah, I don't want to trade nobody. If it ain't broke,
Do you see what a win does? Do you see what a win does to people?
It's not just a win. It's a few wins.
Okay.
This is real. This train ride is real. And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's all I got to say.
All right.
Cliff said smash all Alonzo Ball talks, the Bradley Bills talks. Let's just
That's right. Tell him, Chop.
This is one of those episodes that you just gotta switch the cornerstone to the flagpole, bro. One more.
Not the flag. You are not right. You're not right, man. You are not a right man.
Prince, it's on you, man.
salute to chat, man. Sorry for coming in a little late. I was running off at the mouth, helping the kids finish up on this Friday. But man, hey, man, I'm feeling good. I definitely feel like the guys will be healthy. I feel like they're gonna be rested, come back and ready, to fight this game. I don't think we're gonna take Sacramento lightly. I hope they can use some of that, De'Aaron Fox tweets as some bulletin board material just to get us up and going if we need to get up and going. But again, man, I think that this tonight we should see another good game from RJ because I don't really see none of their guards stopping him. I think Julius eats as well. I think last night he might have rested, and tonight I think he'll come back with the typical Julius that we used to seeing. And I don't know if we really will need the second unit to really step up, but I would like to see the second unit bring that same defensive intensity and kind of put the foot on the pedal when they come out there offensively, because again I do see us a little stagnant, and maybe if that was because we was waiting on Alec Burke to get going yesterday, so there was kind of and I know, Sim, you say this a lot about Knox, is when he plays with older guys, he defers to them by letting them take the role. And I seen him and Quickly doing that a lot with Burks in it, where it was almost like they kind of didn't really know what they were supposed to do. And that's why you seen Quickly start just letting them fly, because Quickly's like, man, the heck with this. Coach said, shoot it, I'm going to shoot it. So, like I said, I know we got a lot more to probably talk about for the rest of the show. Sim, glad you're back, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Back.
And hey, the panel, I know we're going to have some fun, and look forward to picking up this W tonight, yo.
Yeah. The one thing, I want to start with Julius Randle, then I'll get to the young guys, because I actually went back after we did the post game, and I watched the first half. Yeah, I couldn't stay up. I couldn't stay up and watch the whole game again last night, but I watched some of the first half, because I wanted to look at the young guys, and see how they played with Burks. And I do notice that they deferred a little bit, right? The ball was in Burks' hands a little bit more, and he was taking a little bit more of the shots. So that's going to be a work in progress in how they work together, because Burks is going to shoot the basketball. That's what he's here for, right? That's what he's here for, to shoot the basketball. But with Julius Randle, I think he did a great job of not forcing the issue. He wasn't really shooting well, right? Because Draymond Green was playing good defense on him, so he wasn't shooting well. And they did a good job of going away from Julius Randle, right? Using him kind of as a decoy, getting the ball to RJ Barrett and letting RJ Barrett create shots and create for his teammates. Having some good set plays for RJ Barrett to utilize. And Julius Randle just kind of played, a secondary role. And seemed to be okay with playing a secondary role. And he still ended up with 16 points and 17 rebounds. Sorry, Andy, but, he still ended up with 16 points, 17 rebounds, and 9 assists. You know what I mean? 1 assist away from a triple-double. If Mitchell Robinson, brings home one of those lobs,
right?
Julius Randle has a triple-double, even though his shot wasn't falling, and he only took 11 shots last night. So those are some really, really good signs, for Julius Randle, but for the team overall, that your guy that is the lone player that is possibly in the running to be on the All-Star team. Is willing to say, okay, you know what? I don't really have it going. I'm gonna relax a little bit and let some other guys take over and trust that his other guys can go ahead and get it done. And they got it done last night. I think Julius Randle is showing a lot of growth, not just in his game, but in his approach to the game. And maybe it was always there last season, but the structure didn't provide for it to be shown or seen. Or maybe it's just, things were so bad last season, internally that, he kind of zoned out. I don't know. But, you hear and you see so many different things from Julius Randle this year that represent his growth as a basketball player, and it's really good to see. And his leadership, and Tom Thibodeau talked about it a lot in the preseason. His leadership really is rolling over to other players. You know what I mean? And, you know, it really is great to see. Do you all think that Julius Randle, if there's I'm sure there'll be an all-star team. We don't know if they'll be playing. Is he going to make the all-star team? I'm going to start with you, Andy.
Yeah, well, the all-star thing for me, even if we had a player that was worth playing in the all-star team, I never voted for him. And this might be bad, but I never voted for him because I wanted him to rest and have power to get the W's for the Knicks. But actually, I think this year there won't be an all-star game. And I think I'm going to be voting for Julius Randle to be an all-star every day. Because if he's not going to be playing, he's still going to have the rest, and let him have this, you know, badge, whatever it's going to be called this year, that he was an all-star, because he is really playing great compared to what he was playing last year. And I was tearing my gray hair out some of these games. But this year he's really turned it, you know, a notch up, and he is really playing team basketball. And, you know, he really surprised me. I'm not gonna lie, I was like writing him off, and I was like in the off season I was pissed. I knew he had the abilities and the talent to do this, but, you know, sometimes players go with the ego and they try to play for themselves. This year he really showed that he can be a team player, and the team is more for him than he's himself, right? So, you know, he deserves at least my vote.
Yeah, and you know, look, there were a lot of Knicks fans pulling their hair out about Julius Randle. Kev didn't really have that problem. You know what I mean? I don't think...
Really?
What?
Really?
What?
Really? Really? You try to... Hey, Steph, you see how they do me? You see how they do me, man?
Maybe
Devon,
he
you
had
see how
some
they do
gray
me, man?
in his beard, bro. Maybe he had some grays in his beard.
I can't.
But you know, Julius Randle's been a player that's grown every year and gotten better every year. And maybe we didn't see it, but maybe the process that he went through to become the focal point of a team was his growth last year.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
and
that was him getting better.
Yeah, and it's also about his growth. Like, I think it might be with his growth, you know, off court, because it seems like he grown like mentally. Because sometimes if you're young, you just go for yourself, and you can have your team like on the side and think about it. But, you know, he really looks like a man between, you know, being a college player and being a NBA player. The jump was last off season for him.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. You know, that was a big jump. But, you know, admittedly so, he said, you know, last year, you know, he was learning how to lead, learning how to help other players get better. And that was, you know, a process for him. You know, so while his numbers dipped a little bit last season, you know, maybe him getting better was not in the numbers, but in, like you said, personal growth. And that means a lot. And we talk about that a lot, especially for players like Kevin Knox. That personal growth transfers to the basketball court. You know what I mean? And, you know, you need that personal growth to be the best player that you can be. So, you know, kudos to him, man. You know, big kudos to him. Chop, how do you feel, man? Will he be on the All-Star team? I don't know if Chop can hear me right now.
I can hear you, but it depends on his numbers right now, right? And I want to piggyback off of Andy, because now it's like Randle is developing now into he's in his prime now, is what Andy is saying. Now he's
entering his prime. He's entering his prime.
Entering his prime.
Yeah. You know, you would say probably 2 more years he's in his prime.
Right.
You know?
And then it depends on the stats, because he's still putting what, double doubles every night, or thus far.
Thus far, yeah, easy double doubles. I mean, he's 22 and 12 about now. After last night's
conversation. he could be in the conversation. Yeah. So,
Divine, same question. Then I'm gonna move on to something else.
Yeah, I think he can, but you know what? At that position with Kevin Durant, Sabonis, Bam Adebayo, I mean, you got a lot of power forwards might be having a good year. So far as him getting selected, I think he should. But then you got to look at the other power forward that's in our conference that's balling out. Durant definitely going to be the starter. Sabonis was having a good year. Like I said, Bam Adebayo, Antetokounmpo. It just depends on,
That's true.
if they do. Yeah, it's just a lot of power forwards out there that's balling out. So it's hard to say. Mm-hmm. But I think he should be there just from his performance, though, and what the team is doing. So he do got the Knicks at 500 playing some excellent basketball. So I think for that reason he should be there. But for us, who they might pick with the fans, he had a lot of superstar players in front of him. So it's going to be hard.
So normally the way that they do it now, it used to be a power forward and a center. Now it's just like forwards or whatever. You know what I mean? So you can have centers, you can have power forwards, you can have small forwards all mixed up in there. So
are you telling me they never had like at least 3 players from one team in the All-Star game? Where we were like, well, why they have so many players from one team?
They have. They've had 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just Divine to your thing. It's I think the starting 5s in the All-Star game were picked by the coaches, right? Am I correct? And the rest were picked by the fans.
I think it's the other way.
It's the other way. It's the other way.
Oh, the other way. Damn. So we still, as New Yorkers, can pick him to the first, first squad because we got like 9 million people.
Exactly.
Fans,
Exactly.
We got more than the whole East.
Exactly.
Another thing now, what is the voting system of voting All-Star players into the All-Star game? What is the system?
I thought they took that away from the fans. I thought the media was the ones that picked the.
It's a combination.
50-50.
Yeah, it's a combination now.
Okay.
And the Knicks,
With the media, he ain't getting that.
Say again?
With the media, he ain't getting that.
Yeah,
Exactly. They're not having
Rodney
that.
Dangerfield, no respect.
Hey, if the Knicks are over 500, Julius Randle should be a shoo-in to get into the All-Star game, because for them to put the Knicks over 500 when nobody thought we would even have a hell of a chance of even winning, I don't know how many games they had last year, 1 already. I mean, that would be an insult for New York if they didn't have a representative, especially somebody who's increased their points percentage or rebounds, has had an all-out great start to the season.
But the other people outside of New York is not as hyped as us. I mean, we've seen the Knicks every single day, and this is an accomplishment to us. To them, they like, oh, you 500. So,
right?
So what? So what? You think you should go to the All-Star game because you lead a score on a 500?
The coaches. He should be a reserve. The coaches vote on the reserves. I think the coaches aren't stupid. They know that Julius Randle is one of the best players in the Eastern Conference this year. So for him not to make the All-Star if the team is over 500 is asinizing, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. Now, the All-Star game was supposed to be in Indianapolis. It's not going to be in Indianapolis, of course. But the NBA has said it does not mean they haven't made a decision on whether or not there's going to be an All-Star game or they're going to have any festivities during All-Star weekend. It's not going to be in Indianapolis, but they still may have something, and I'm pretty sure they'll still name, an All-Star team, whether or not they play. So let's start getting into tonight. RJ Barrett's been playing well. He's averaging like 21 points the last 5 games. He's shooting well from the free throw line. He's shooting well from the 3-point line. He's shooting, his field goal percentage is nice. He faces off tonight against, he'll probably defend, maybe, I don't know if he's going to defend Buddy Hield.
Bagley.
Or if he's going to Harrison Barnes. We'll see what Tom Thibodeau decides to do. But if the Knicks are going to continue to win, and if they're going to win tonight, then they need RJ Barrett to play well. Right? Looking at the lineups of these two teams, you got Elfrid Payton and De'Aaron Fox matching off, Reggie Bullock and Buddy Hield. R.J. Barrett and Harrison Barnes. At least this is what it looks like right here. We'll see what happens, you know, who Tom Thibodeau decides to have R.J. Barrett and Reggie Bullock defending. You got Julius Randle and MB3, and then you got Mitchell Robinson and what is that, Rashawn Holmes. You know, that looks like the matchups for tonight. Of course, your biggest threats out there, you know, De'Aaron Fox, Buddy Hield, and Buddy Hield are your biggest threats. And Harrison Barnes, you know, he can get hot and play some ball too, right? So this team has talent. Why have they not put it together in the early part of the season? We don't know. But they have some talent, and you can't, I don't think you can take these guys lightly, because Marvin Bagley can play basketball too. You know what I'm saying? This team, they're a talented basketball team. Defensively, they're terrible. They're last in the league, right? Defensively. They do average 113 points per game. Now, of course, so far this season, we're one of the best teams defensively. I'm going to start with you, Prince. What do we need from R.J. Barrett, and what do you think about those lineups?
I like them, Sim. You know, nothing really glaring that says we win the matchups, but none of these matchups I'm terrified of. You know, seeing what Elf did against Steph Curry last night, I know De'Aaron Fox is a little quicker than Steph, but Steph's a lot more dangerous, you know, when you're talking about scoring.
And crafty.
Fox, and crafty. Fox is the guy who wants to go to the basket on you, you know, but the thing with that is we got a defense now that's catered to funneling guys toward Mitch and, you know, helping. So again, I'm not really too worried about him going crazy on us. The other matchup, like you said, Andre Barnes, you know, he can get to going. So again, we can't just let him, kind of like how Andrew Wiggins did us last night. You know, when we see him, you know, catching a fire, we got to put the fire out. So again, I'm not really worried
I'm still looking at the game now on replay. Sorry.
I'm not really too worried. I'm not too worried about it, Sim. I think we definitely have a favorable matchup. The way we play defense, I'm not really worried about Fox. Now, Buddy Hield, that's going to be a matchup that we have to watch, because again, he can shoot threes in bunches, so we can't let him get going. So defensively, obviously Bullock will probably guard Buddy Hield. You'll probably have Peyton on Fox. Both of those two matchups, I like them a lot. Again, like I said in the beginning, we're gonna, you know, it's gonna be the bench in the second unit, which really helps propel us tonight. That's gonna be, you know, where we get, I think, our, you know, the gap, so to say. And what was the second question, Sim, that you had asked, brother?
Just, you know, what do we need from R.J. Barrett tonight?
RJ, definitely we need the same consistency. We're gonna need him to match Buddy Hield defensively. I know, you know, me and you, we kind of poked at RJ because he was getting cooked a little bit. But again, offensively, if he can bring his same tenacity and put Buddy Hield in trouble, much like, you know, we kind of did those guys in Golden State last night, because RJ, you know, definitely put his foot on those guys' neck. So RJ just has to be RJ. Don't shoot us out the game. And, you know, be there on the defensive end and just help keep Buddy Hield in front of you. Or if they're going to switch him and maybe put Buddy Hield on, put Bullock on Buddy Hield and put him on Harrison Barnes, I think that would probably be a better defensive matchup. But I think those are the keys that we need. We need RJ to keep Buddy Hield or Harrison Barnes down on the defensive end, and not stop them, but definitely don't let them get to cooking.
Get off.
Don't
right,
let them
right. De'Aaron Fox is a different kind of guard than Steph Curry. Right. So now Elfrid Payton's got to switch gears. You know, that quick. Not just Elfrid Payton, but any guard who's going to be defending De'Aaron Fox, they've got to switch gears a little bit. Last night, the assignment was, you know, to stay up tight. If you watched Elfrid Payton, he didn't help off of Steph Curry. He stayed up tight to him. No matter where he was at, he was in his chest. And then he had to run off screens and do this and that. Against De'Aaron Fox, you're probably going to take a different approach. Right? Because he's not going to do as much running off screens. He's going to have the ball in his hands, and you're going to have to give him a little bit of space, because he's got speed, and he probably got a little bit faster this year because he cut his hair. Right, so now he's probably a little faster.
Dynamics.
You know what I mean? You know, so you know, you're probably gonna give him a little bit of space. You know, so that he doesn't blow past you and take advantage in the lane.
But Uncle Sim, can you give him too much space where he could
you
just?
You can't give him too much space because he can't shoot.
Okay.
He cannot, you know, he hits the three at 35.5%. Right, so you know you got to be careful of that as well. It's a tough guy to guard, you know, and I'm a little nervous about the matchups, you know, because of De'Aaron Fox and the speed that he has, you know,
Faster
and the
than
ability. He's faster than Peyton. Plays differently than Steph Curry. Steph Curry doesn't really play with speed; he plays with craftiness, right? You know, and Peyton was able to, you know, play a little bit more physical with him, although Steph Curry still dropped 30 last night.
Huggies,
that's Steph Curry.
Huggies.
Yeah,
Huggies.
With you know, with De'Aaron Fox, it's just gonna be a different way to defend him. I'm pretty sure that they've gone over the strategy to defending him. You know, but if we can we got to make it tough on him. You know what I mean? You know, you can't make it easy so that he averages 20. You know, you don't want him getting 30, 35. You know what I mean? You know, keep him within his average. If you can. So, you know, another tough assignment for Elfrid Payton. He's got tough assignments this entire week. He's got De'Aaron Fox tonight. Yeah, De'Aaron Fox tonight, Damian Lillard tomorrow, and then he plays Donovan Mitchell on Monday. Or not Damian Lillard tomorrow, Damian Lillard Sunday, and then Donovan Mitchell. So he's got some tough matchups the entire week.
Life of a point guard.
You know.
Yep.
Nate, we love you, Nate. Nate was next, right, Unc?
Yeah,
he had his hand
Nate.
up.
Yep.
No, I agree. I agree with what y'all are saying. The one matchup I'm actually interested to see is Bagley versus Randall. I mean, Bagley has not hit his stride at all. I mean, people are wondering, like, is he a bust? You know, is he still learning the game? Whatever it is. But the guy is super talented, and he's tall too. And he's gonna give some fits to Randall because Randall is not the tallest dude in the world, but I think Randall's stronger than Bagley. So that's going to be an interesting battle there. And I do think the De'Aaron Fox Peyton's going to be interesting. And who's going to guard Buddy Hield? I probably would put Barrett on Buddy Hield because he's got the length on Buddy.
See, I disagree. I'm going with Reggie Bullock on Buddy Hield because Reggie Bullock is better at fighting over those screens, you know, and all of that. You know, Harrison Barnes is a little more stationary than Buddy Hield. And I think RJ Barrett will do better playing against Harrison Barnes, you know, who's going to be more stationary. I'm definitely putting Reggie Bullock on Buddy Hield. You know, he's a better defender. As far as Marvin Bagley, you know, right now he's averaging 13 points, just about 8 rebounds per game. I think there's some trouble with him in Sacramento, though. You know, he's in his 3rd year in the league. I think there's some trouble, though, with him in Sacramento. So, you know, that could be some of the issues that they're having right now. A couple weeks ago, his father tweeted out something like, you know, please trade my son or something like that. You know what I mean? So there's some issues going on there in Sacramento with Marvin Bagley.
When isn't there any issues with Sacramento? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But to what you're saying, Nate, Marvin Bagley, he's 6'11". You know what I mean? So that, you know, that makes a tough matchup for Randall if Randall is going to be guarding Marvin Bagley, which he probably will. I'm not sure how tall Rashawn Holmes is.
They 7 foot.
Oh man.
In that tall, but he's strong. He's strong.
He is strong.
Yeah, he's 6'10".
Holmes can shoot. Holmes can shoot the 3.
He's 6'10". So I don't know. Maybe you see. I guess it's not going to matter much.
And I saw that up close when he was with Philly. So man.
Maybe it's not going to matter much, but maybe you might see. Rashawn Holmes shoots the 3 at 25%, so he's not really a 3-point shooter. We'll see what those matchups look like. You know what I mean? well, so that's going to be interesting to see. Who does Tom Thibodeau decide to put on Marvin Bagley, and who does he decide to put on Rashawn Holmes? Rashawn Holmes right now.
Could see a lot of switching too, because depending on what kind of lineups the Sacramento Kings are going to bring out, whether it's Halliburton, whether they're going to bring out Fox, or they're going to put Buddy Hield somewhere else, or they're going to someone off the bench. I could see them switching up a lot of their offensive players. So Tibbs is going to have to just kind of match up with who's ever out there, because I could see the Kings being kind of multiple on their offensive sets.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, they're going to do that. I'm pretty sure Tom Thibodeau's studied, broke down what they do and studied them intensely before the game. So that's going to be interesting to see, who Tom Thibodeau decides to put on Rashawn Holmes and who he decides to put on Marvin Bagley. As we were talking about, Tyrese Halliburton, he comes off the bench, of course, and he's a point guard, man. He's a really good point guard. He was, of course, with Obi dropping the 8, the Knicks took Obi at Toppin, but Tyrese Halliburton was my number 1 pick. If Obi was not there at 8, he was my guy to get. I thought that Tyrese Halliburton was, I always thought he was going to be a smart, crafty player in the NBA. He can shoot the 3, he can play defense. A lot of people say, well, he doesn't have a lot of speed and this and that, but you don't always need that in the NBA.
High IQ.
High IQ. That's what you need.
Especially for point
guard.
Absolutely. Hey guys.
Especially for a point guard.
Yeah. Hey guys, I gotta go. I gotta pick up my car. Tonight, I'm looking for us to annihilate these guys. I expect the same effort as we did last night. I think we might be better tonight. So I will see you after the game tonight. I'm glad it's Saturday, the next day. So that it's a weekend. So we can sleep a little later tomorrow. So, but I will see you later on tonight. Okay.
All right. Be safe out there, man.
Okay.
God bless, Kev.
God bless.
Peace,
All
Kev.
right.
Peace.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, but I always thought Halliburton was going to be a good player. And the Kings got a good one. I think they got a good one in Halliburton, man. He's going to be a good player for a long time, and hopefully Obi's going to do the same for us. Looking at the numbers behind the game, real quick. The Knicks scored 119 points last night, but that's not their usual. Hopefully it does become the norm, for the Knicks to score in that range. I'm going to tell you what, if the Knicks begin to score in that range and they're able to play defense,
look out.
Look out. They'll be tough to stop. But right now they average 101.8 points per game. The Kings average 113.1 points per game. The Knicks should win the rebounding battle, we hope. They average 47 rebounds. The Kings average 42 rebounds. The Knicks average 21.7 assists, while the Kings are at 25. I'm pretty sure, a lot of their assists come from De'Aaron Fox using his speed to get to the cup and then dipping it off. Both teams are around 7 steals per game. Both teams are around 5 blocks per game. Both teams at 13.7 turnovers per game. The Kings shoot 47% from the field, while the Knicks are around 45%. The Kings can shoot the 3. They're at 37.4% from the field, while the Knicks are at 35%. The Kings knock down 72% of their free throws, while the Knicks are at 75%. The biggest issue with the Kings is probably their defense, because they give up like 119 points per game, right? So that's probably the biggest issue, their defense, because, clearly they can shoot efficiently, and they can shoot efficiently from the three-point line. They score 53 points in the paint. The Knicks at 47. Both teams get about 12 and a half second chance points per game. The Kings average 14 fast break points, while the Knicks are at 7.6 fast break points per game. I don't think this is going to be an easy game, though. I think it's going to be tougher. It's going to be tougher than they're going to challenge us. Their offense is going to challenge our defense, I think, because they have speed. They got guys that can shoot. They can play inside. So I don't think it's going to be as easy as a lot of people are projecting it to be. It's going to be, a tougher game than that, in my opinion. The Knicks are led by Julius Randle, scoring at 22.4, while De'Aaron Fox is at 20.8 for the Kings. Julius Randle leads the team in rebounding at 11.4. Marvin Bagley leads Sacramento at 7.8. Again, Julius Randle leads the Knicks at 6.3 assists. De'Aaron Fox at 5.9. And right now, Nerlens Noel is leading the Knicks in blocks at 1.86. And, of course, Mitch is right behind him. That's great to have. You know, 2 shot blockers on your team. Of course, Nerlens Noel has been, you know, he's been on the prowl over the last few games, blocking shots. You know, Rashawn Holmes, he leads Sacramento in block shots at 1.36. Let me get to a caller, and I'll get back to everybody. Caller, you live. What's popping?
What's going on up in the Knicks? What's up, Sam?
How you feeling, man? Appreciate the call.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, I just wanted to say, you know, we hot right now, so we got to take that. We got to take that momentum and go into this game and buckle down. We can't afford to have another drop off like we had in OKC. Our bench players got to step up tonight. We definitely got to count on our bench tonight. If our bench steps up tonight and we can buckle down on Sacramento, and we don't have cause any like stupid turnovers like we've been doing over the last. Well, I can't say the last few games because we stopped our turnovers, but we can't afford to have any stupid turnovers early in the game. We got to get out to a strong lead, and we can't play down to our competition tonight. That's pretty much all I had to say.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Like we can't play down to the competition. You know, we got to learn to stay steady, play at our level of basketball, and recognize that every team in this league is talented. No matter how bad their record is, there are talented players in this league, and any team can get hot at any moment. You know,
exactly.
So you know
they're not in the NBA for no reason. They're not in the NBA for no reason. De'Aaron Fox and them, they like to run. We a young team, and they're also a young team. But they got Buddy Hield and those guys. We can't let Tyrese Halliburton and those guys come off the bench and get any type of sparks. We got to cut down and shut them down.
Yeah, definitely, no doubt. Hey, I appreciate the call, man.
Definitely. This is Rocket Taylor from Long Island. Let's go, New York Knicks. Been a New York fan since 1989. So let's get it.
Let's get it. Appreciate you, brother.
We appreciate you. We love you.
And you know, this is what scares me, man, about Sacramento, because with the Knicks on any night, their offense can go kaput. And that's what scares me, because the Sacramento, when you look at the numbers, man, they're decent offensively. So I get scared. You know, you just never know with the Knicks. The offense could go kaput at any moment. That's what scares me about this game right here. Josh, what do you think, man? And then I'm going to get to a phone call, then I'll come back to the panel.
Guard play is what scares me about this game. Guard play. I really like the Kings guards. And if you want to include Harrison Barnes in that little, circle of guards, I'm going to include RJ Barrett and ours. I really like their guards, and I think our guards are going to have a lot of problems with their guards. To me, that's going to decide the game. Whichever group of guards plays better. I think the Kings kind of remind me of Oklahoma City in a way. Poor defensive team, but they can get up the floor a little bit. And you see what happened when we played Oklahoma City. So that's just going to be the story, the guard play.
Yeah. Caller, you live. What's popping?
Hey, man. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you feeling?
Pretty good. I just got to ask you guys about Kevin Knox, man. I mean, he's turning it around this year, you know, and I think if he could really, get his shot going early, I could see us being a playoff team this year, man. What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Kevin Knox, he's found a role. I think that's one of the positive things with this team, with what Tom Thibodeau has done, is everyone kind of knows what they're expected to do. And so now you can go into each game, You understand the minutes you're going to get. You may get less. Maybe you'll get more, depending on the night. But I think for the most part, players understand their minutes. They understand what's expected of them. And when you have those two things, you can excel. And Kevin Knox is doing a great job of doing what he's asked to do. Right now, he's being asked to knock down that three and be efficient at it. Come in, some nights give you 30 minutes, some nights give you 11, like he did last night, until, he builds that endurance to where he can be, super productive, at 30 minutes a night, every night. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Kevin Knox is he's playing great. And I think if Kevin Knox can continue on this trend, and slowly add more things to his game by the time we get, down, closer to the end of the season, and hopefully we're in a playoff battle, I think Kevin Knox would be primed to go and be like an X factor for the Knicks.
Totally, man. And just to lead from that, my last thing was with Quickly, and I know everyone's on Peyton right now saying he shouldn't get minutes, but he was playing good D last night. But do you see Quickly, moving into that starting role before the end of the season, or not this one?
Not this season. I don't see it. I don't see it this season.
Yeah.
I don't see it this season. And last night's game, to me, tells you why, right? Mm-hmm. I don't see Quickly playing that type of defense on Steph Curry. And I'm not saying that, Elfrid Payton was perfect, but he did everything that he could do to stick with him, to chase him around. He was, he made it tough for Steph Curry. Nothing really came easy. Maybe a couple of shots here and there. I think there was one time when he cut back door on Payton and got an easy layup. But for the most part, nothing really came easy. And I don't see Quickly doing that this year. And you look at the stretch of guards that you had to play. Just imagine if Quickly was defending these stretch of guards, that Elfrid Payton has to defend this week.
And people, listen. Remember, don't take what he said. He said not this year. Niggas like, oh, Sim said he's not going to be like this. No, he said Quickly is still learning. So don't take what he just said. He said not this year.
Right.
Quickly's a dog, man. That's just how I see him every time on TV.
He is. I think he's going to be a good player for a long time in the NBA. But, right now, as a rookie, like, you don't know how – you see these guys play on TV, right? But you haven't really received a scouting breakdown of these guys like what Tom Thibodeau is going to give you and other teams in the NBA have given you. You haven't faced these guys personally, so you don't really know you don't really know their speed. You don't know their strength. You don't really, because you haven't experienced it. Even if you played against them in summer league, you haven't really, not summer league, but, summer pickup ball. You haven't really experienced them play in the NBA. Elfrid Payton has. Austin Rivers has, right? And that goes a long way in being able to defend these guys, in understanding the scouting reports and stuff like that. So, that's the reason why, I say that about Quickly, and then we'll see what happens in the future. So.
Hey, man, thanks for the call. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Appreciate it.
Can I say something about Kevin Knox?
Yeah, jumping in.
Kevin Knox is still getting his looks. He's making some of those 3-pointers, but a lot of his shots recently are kind of going in and out. He's getting good looks. The shot is going to fall. That's something I'm confident about because the shots are going in and out. That's different than, say, RJ Barrett when he was shooting the ball. He was shooting the back iron of the rim and all that. Okay, so I believe Kevin Knox, everything is going to be fine with Kevin Knox. Let me just put that out there.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think he's still shooting 40% from three, right? Now. Kevin Knox, he's shooting 41.4% from three. He averages about 3.6 attempts per game. Listen, last season, he said that was his goal, to shoot 40% from three. He's doing it so far this season. He's averaging about 20 minutes per game, 7.1 points, about 2.5 rebounds. As the endurance builds for him and he gets more and more playing time, you're going to see those numbers. The confidence is going to build up. Yeah, the confidence is going to build up, and you'll see those numbers go up.
Nate, want to say something?
I just like what he's building off of real quick though, Sim. Like I said, we starting to see, like I was talking to a couple of people in the chat, like, oh, all Knox does is stay in the corner. And I'm like, well, if you guys truly understand the flow of our basketball team now, there's a reason why he does it. It's not just because, oh, Knox just only can stay in the corner. No, Tom Thibodeau has him there for a reason because, again, you got Julius in the paint, you got Mitch in the paint, you got Alfred in the paint. You cannot have 5 guys in the paint, and if a rebound gets past him, that's a fast break going the other way. So they
spread in the floor accordingly under Tibbs.
You have to, because, again, in today's basketball, everybody can't cut to the basket. If you got 5 guys cutting to the basket on a rebound, who's going to stop the ball? So again, like, we have to understand and respect Thibodeau knows what he's doing. Like, that's one thing. Like, I would love to be like, I wish Knox had more minutes, but no, Knox has the minutes that he deserves because Tom Thibodeau has a plan for that kid, and I believe he trusts Tom Thibodeau's plan, and I believe he's flourishing in the minutes in the position that Tom is giving him right now.
Or within the system.
Yeah,
within the system.
We started to see him. He's pump faking, putting the ball on the ground. That, like Josh said, those little things, him getting stronger, his wrists getting stronger, his hands getting stronger with the ball. Those things will come with more reps, more strength and conditioning. Like, guys, have y'all noticed they're doing plyometrics in the game during timeouts? Like, not when they got those bands on and you see Knox over there doing drills, they're doing plyometrics in the game. We've never done that. Like, that's his and RJ's only issue. They're not slow players. They have slow, fast twitch muscles. Like De'Aaron Fox, those DSJ, those guys have it natural. Knox, RJ, those guys have longer limbs, longer muscles, so their muscles don't move as quick and as fast as a smaller player. So again, now we're seeing that we have a development program and these guys are getting the training and the development we need. So watch, we're going to see a total different 360 turnaround in his and RJ's physical game. Like, their athleticism, they may not be that athletic now, but watch how those guys start to play with this plyometrics and the type of weight training that these guys will have them on in the offseason.
And Chris, that's part of the coaching staff and coaching.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Nate.
Shoot to Evergreen. Nate, go ahead. Sorry, Nate.
So something I was thinking about last night after the game was over is that I really feel like Tibbs, and this might be a duh situation, but he loves the veteran presence. He loves to play his vets. And the reality is that Tibbs is not going to play young guys a lot of minutes because he's in it to win, and he understands with these young guys, they're going to get torched, they're going to have problems, they're going to have issues. And he trusts these vets like a Burks, a Rivers, or a Peyton, a Bullock. Because he understands that these guys have been through the wars and they've been battle tested. To whereas like a guy like Quickly, a guy like Obi, they're gonna take time to grow, and that's okay, because as long as we're winning, it really doesn't matter. But look at tonight. Tonight's a perfect example where you could see the young guys play a little bit more because 3 of our guys played over 35 minutes, and I don't see Tibbs playing these guys 35 minutes on a back-to-back. I could be wrong, but I think that you're going to see more Toppin, you're going to see more Knox, you're going to see more Quickly, because he knows he's got fresh legs on the bench that have been in the rotation. And I think you're going to see them play a lot more tonight because he understands that, hey, we still got a long way to go on this road trip.
And Burks was hurt, and he still played a lot of minutes.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I mean, I think Tibbs, I don't think he puts a lot of concern into back-to-backs. If you're available and you're ready to play, you're going to play. Let's see. Maybe he'll take a different approach today, but I expect to see the same. I think with Tibbs, if you're young, when you get your little minutes, you got to go 3 for 3, grab 2 rebounds, get a steal. I mean, you have to make an impact on the game. Then you could get a longer look, in the second half or the next game. Yeah. Right. He's not going to just give it to you. And you got to do that every game.
Right. And Tibbs still goes by that old thinking, make me not be able to take you off the floor.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Barrett.
Make it where you're out there and I'm like, I can't take this guy off the floor because he's too productive. You know what I'm saying? Because it is telling. As much as everybody was, is hype about quickly, Burks came right in and took those 30 minutes that quick.
Hey,
You know what I'm
Sim,
saying?
I got a
That quick.
question. Hey, Sim, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
If Barrett was in his rookie year, like he played last year, and Tom Thibodeau was the coach with Barrett, would Barrett be starting?
I don't think so.
He might not be. I guess it would depend who else is on the team.
Yeah.
Like when Barrett came in last year, there were, who else was there? Wayne Ellington?
Yeah, he would have started last year. He would have started out the gate.
So if he was there last year, he might have started him, based on his work ethic and the other things that he can do. He still might have started him.
No 38 minutes, though. No 38 minutes. Not that crazy.
But he would have had a much shorter leash, to say that.
Yeah.
Evergreen.
But Nate, no disrespect, but that's not even a question or to ask because who was there last year? Was Fizdale? It's like how remember Tip said he would have crawled to New York.
And you got to remember, he might have been better last year with Tibbs. You got to remember, if RJ would have started last year, he might have had a better season because he had a better coach. You know what I mean? Because RJ put up 14 points, certain amount of rebounds last year, and he got injured. But if Tibbs was there last year, he might have had a better season because he had a better, stable coaching staff to get him through a lot of things. But yeah, he would have started last year. He was the third pick, man. He would have started. What?
I don't think that means anything, though, just because you're the third pick.
I think they wouldn't have drafted a third pick to throw him on the bench. I don't think they would have. Not the way
I don't know.
He would have played.
Yeah, he would have. Not bad as our team was. No way they would have did that.
But to Sim's point about you have to make me give me a reason to put you in the game. That's how Quick got playing time to begin with. Because remember, he came in preseason. They wasn't expecting what they saw out of him. He had a great preseason, and the next thing you know, DSJ was sold to the bench.
Tom Thibodeau goes with the hot hand.
And injuries also played a factor, especially getting into with Frank going down.
But I don't think Frank was too much in there. I mean, he was getting maybe 9-10 minutes himself when he went down. And a few DMPs.
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Sorry, guys. I want to LOL to Guillermo and shout out Legions of Knicks podcast because he said, I watched it when I was working last night. He said Ken Bazemore got a Nigerian haircut. I'm looking at the replay. So I'm telling you.
Hey, Evergreen, what's going on, man? Evergreen, you there? Look like Evergreen doesn't have good reception. Now, looking at the injury report for the Knicks, man. So right now we're looking at the same thing as last night. Frank Ntilikina is out with his knee, or maybe he's moved up to
probable,
or not questionable, but doubtful. Moved up to being doubtful. Austin Rivers, same thing, doubtful. He's day to day with a sore Achilles. All right, and for the Sacramento Kings, Hassan Whiteside is out. He's questionable for tonight's game. And then Marvin Bagley, he's day-to-day, and he's probable. He's day-to-day with a wrist. He's probable for tonight's game. So most likely Marvin Bagley III is going to be playing. All right, so that is the injury report for both teams. Again, if you're just joining us, the lineups. You got Elfrid Payton facing off against De'Aaron Fox, and again, that's a matchup that I'm really intrigued about. Elfrid Payton's going to have to be on his P's and Q's. He played against Steph Curry last night. Now he's got a different look that he's going to have against De'Aaron Fox. And then he's going to have another different look against Damian Lillard. And then again, another look against Donovan Mitchell in a few days. So, Elfrid Payton is earning his $5 million this week. I can tell you that. He's earning that money this week. Reggie Bullock, he'll be most likely defending Buddy Hield. RJ Barrett and Harrison Barnes, Julius Randle and Marvin Bagley, and then Mitchell Robinson and Rashawn Holmes. This Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, Rashawn Holmes, and Marvin Bagley. I'm interested to see who Tom Thibodeau is going to have Randle defending out of those two and who Mitch is going to defend. So we'll see what that looks like. Andy, you were gonna say something? I thought I heard you getting ready to say something.
Yeah. You know, the difference between Golden State and Sacramento point guards is you can't go under the screen on Steph, right? And I don't think they're going to go under the screen on De'Aaron Fox, but the big man's role is going to be way different because on Steph, you got to, you know, pop out and, you know, hold your hand up high on Steph, right? On De'Aaron, I think you gotta fall back because he can drive past you and past the big guy even. So I think the big guy's defense has got to be totally different in this game than it was versus the Golden State game. The other thing is the pace. Like we said even before the Golden State game, that these two games are gonna be game of contrast, right? The Golden State Warriors were a fast-paced game. They had a fast-paced game, and also the Sacramento Kings have a fast-paced game. But our defense is going to be key here. And for great teams, it's not a problem to put the opposite team in the best pace for us. That meaning in a slower pace. If we can do it versus Sacramento, I think we can get a W again. You know, I don't, like I said before, I didn't watch the game versus the Golden State Warriors, but I'm guessing that we didn't go like 130 versus 120 points. I don't know.
It looked like it in the first quarter when we put up 60 and they put up 50 something. I said, this is not sustainable.
Right. We scored 62 in the first half. I think they were 57. We scored 40 in the first quarter. You know, that is largely due to, you know, you look at the pace of the game and the type of, you know, Golden State's defense is not that great. But again, the same thing. You know, I wasn't sure if it was going to be sustainable either. You know, at least from the Knicks standpoint, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to continue to score at that rate. But then in the second half, the defense really did clamp down, especially with Draymond Green being out.
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, like I said, you know, the great teams in the NBA can, you know, put their pace onto the game and, you know, like have the other team just respect it, right? So that's a characteristic, you know, for the good teams. And I'm actually surprised we can do that in the 16th game of the season. I was thinking that might be a longer process for us, but if we can do it, I'm just happy. And like I said, the difference between defending the point guard, right? Because De'Aaron Fox is totally different between than Steph Curry, right? Steph can shoot and has the shooting range. De'Aaron Fox is faster guard that likes to get into the paint. So that's going to be on basically not only on Alfred, but also on the big man. So it's going to be probably Mitch that will have to, you know, fall a little bit back so we don't get, you know, alley-oop to death by Rashawn Holmes. And basically that's the thing that I think is going to be the game plan for us. Buddy Hield, of course, can score. I just hope, you know, we can defend them and probably outscore him between Reggie Bullock and RJ. And also Harrison Barnes, you know, he's a silent assassin for me because he can have games like 16, 18 points, and you won't even know that he took that many shots to have those amount of points. But he can also get, you know, hot and score 30 on you. Right. So, you know, and he can have a silent 30 on you. So that's wild for me. And, you know, that's going to be the story of the game for me. I think it's going to be from the positions 1 to 3 on the defense and, you know, the silent killer and Harrison Barnes and probably even Rashawn Holmes. He's a wild card for me as well.
I think it's also
go ahead.
Go ahead, Steph.
I mean, they're struggling over there. I think they lost 4 or 5 in a row, 9 of their last 11. I was checking out some of the press conference, the coach and a couple of players after they lost to the Clippers. And if you close your eyes, they sounded like the Knicks from last year. Oh, this, you know, we're doing the same things. We're almost there. We're holding it together as a team. We just have to take what we did in practice and do it in the game. They sounded just like the Knicks. So they're really struggling. Barnes is struggling. They're down on Barnes over in Sacramento. They're very high on Halliburton. Heald hasn't been playing that great. They're down on him as well. But in terms of us, we just got to keep doing what we're doing, because any of them can get hot at any given time. And once they hot, doesn't even matter how close you play them, they're still going to hit the shot.
It's the NBA, right? So
I agree with Josh. Our guards have to play well. And if they do get in the lane, Mitch has to be there, and Noel, good position defense without fouling. But I still like our chances. I think we're going to get it.
Yeah.
I think it's also imperative, for a team that is down and the team that is kind of dysfunctional right now, to get on them early and have a fast start, because when they played Golden State, they got on them early. I mean, they scored 40 points in the first half. Now, yes, they came down to earth, but they kind of set the tone and said, you're going to play our game. We're not going to play your game. And with the Kings, with a young team like this, that is a lot of issues, you want to come out and pretty much just put your foot on the gas and just beat them down early. Because if you give a team that has a lot of issues, momentum and confidence, and they're in the game at the end, they could very well win, because they do have talent and they do have good players. And Knicks don't need to put themselves in that situation. They're a better team than Sacramento right now, and they need to show it tonight.
Yeah, that's why I said we gotta set the pace. We can't afford, to play their game. We gotta set the pace, that we want to play, and that's a characteristic of a great team. So I'm guessing that's going to be the key, one of the keys at least for this game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Luke Walton's on his way out. Luke Walton will get fired this season. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I think he will. I think he will too. Divine. So I'm gonna go around and
would that be twice, Josh? Would that be twice? LA and sorry.
The LA thing was different. That was Magic Johnson, doing some BS. But
right.
Yeah, this is a whole different ball game right here in Sacramento.
Yeah. And let me get to this caller. Caller, you live. What's popping? Thank you for your patience.
Yeah, big up to the Knicks family and to your family as well. Yeah, but anyway, I'm not American, but I am a New Yorker. And one point I want to make: we are clamoring for Quickly to start, and Quickly is one of the most exciting players to me and the Knicks team. But the thing is, the defense that Peyton brings to start the game is not the same quality that Quickly would bring. And the spurt that he gives coming off the bench, Peyton won't give that to the second team either. So for that reason, it's best for him to be coming off the bench. Because, like I said, he give that engine to the second team, where Peyton don't present the same thing. So, and about the game tonight, the thing is, I know Sacramento, they run, but I think the defense is the key to the game tonight. I'm confident that the offense is going to be there, but the defense is what you got to slow it on the point guard at the start of the game. You can't get them fired up and just have a clear run and just boost their confidence. So that's the key to the game.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned. And like I said, I'm a first-time caller, but and like I said, I'm not an American, but I am a New Yorker, and I am calling from where the Sacramento Kings originated from.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate your call, man. We hope you continue to call back. Again, thank you for your patience.
We appreciate you, Papa.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you.
Big up.
Peace, man. Peace.
CI.
And
you gotta relax.
About I forgot what I was about to say. See that? Yeah, I forgot what I was about to say. Let me get to another phone call.
That's Josh Kellerman for you.
It'll come back to me. I was getting ready to say something, but then I forgot. Calling you live. What's popping?
Sam.
What's going on, man?
What's good, family?
I'm good. How you feeling?
I'm feeling all right, man. Salute to the panelists. You already know Knicks family for life. The reason why I'm calling today, besides giving my normal take, is I re-listened to the show yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I've come to realize whenever I come on, I always sound like the Grim Reaper.
The man them did them homework.
You know what I mean? It's like I never sound like I love this squad. When I do, I bleed these colors.
Yeah, I know you do.
We're gonna keep it positive today.
All right.
R.J. Barrett.
Mm-hmm.
Last night might have been the best game he had in this uniform.
Yeah, I agree.
I saw him from that early when Peyton got the steal and he came on the trail and he banged it. His energy,
Mm-hmm.
but that energy alone seemed to permeate throughout the whole team, and they carried it.
Right.
So I wanted to just call in and just get my positive energy on there. Like, I love this squad. You know what I mean? So when I call in, when I'm ready to rant and I'm ready to cut the pleasantries, just remember that I did call in and have some positives.
So you was feeling guilty, Unk. He was feeling guilty. The two Unks. He said, I
can't lie to you. I was totally feeling guilty.
That's because Guillermo's not here, bro. That's because Guillermo's not here. That's why you're feeling good.
Well, I cut G-Mo up all the time because G-Mo got a certain following that come on his show and they want to talk about 2024 and 5 and 6 and they know all of the high school players coming out. Don't nobody want to hear that.
Exactly.
I know, bro.
I don't want to talk about them players either. I want to talk about the players we got right now.
It's good to have them in the notebook, in the composition notebook. It's good to have it in the notebook.
I mean, that's cool. And I could bring that out in March. In March,
yes,
April, you know what I'm saying? Now, if we're in the playoffs or something like that, I'm not touching that until June. Seriously.
And when is the last time we had a June?
Yeah, man. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? So that's all it is. Knicks family, I know what it is. Knicks for life.
No doubt. Appreciate you, man.
Peace.
Appreciate it. Yeah. So tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the game starts at what? 10 o'clock?
Yeah.
10 o'clock?
Or 4 a.m.
Or 4 a.m. for you. Or 4 a.m. Knicks versus Sacramento. Evergreen, we didn't get to hear from you, man. Go ahead. Jump in there.
Peace and love. Peace and love. I hope everybody's doing well. Sim, I jumped on and then I jumped back off. And as I got to listening, I'm like, yo, Sim stole my bit.
What was that?
Yo, I said, so I don't know if y'all remember this, but I remember everybody jumped out of the window, right? Everybody jumped out of the window when Quickly went off those first couple. Like, Quickly's got to start. What did I say? No, hold your horses. We're not ready to see him yet. How about we wait until we go on this second road trip when we actually get to play against some formidable guards, i.e. Steph Curry, De'Aaron Fox, Damian Lillard, and then we get to roll back again and see Donovan Mitchell before we make the determination that Emmanuel Quickly is the guy that starts, right? And then you kind of alluded to that. So again, before everybody's ready to jump off the bridge, jump out the window, and hunker down on Emmanuel Quickly, I get it. I love the guy, but yesterday's game should let you know that the kid is not ready yet. He still needs to come off the bench so that he can watch and see what these superstar guards are doing so he can be able to take and regurgitate some information from Elbert Payton and from the coaches to say, look, You see how fast they playing. You see what they doing. You see that running off the screens. You see how you setting the extra picks. I don't know if you caught that screen that it was a give and go screen that that Steph Curry made, that he ended up setting the screen in the paint and he flopped. And they called a foul on I want to say they called that foul on Julius Randle, and I'm pretty sure that screen was a bad screen because it should have been what's the name was supposed to switch off of it. Quickly was supposed to switch off of it, and Julius Randle had to pick up on it, and he ended up taking a foul. It's those little small nuances of the game that Quickly is not ready for yet. I get it. He can score. He can distribute. He can get into the paint. But going against these formidable guards, he's not ready for it yet. So at the end of this run, we can start to make a better determination as to whether he's ready to start receiving more minutes. Because after that, you know, we've played a formidable 5-4, you know, and two forwards, two wings. We played against that, so we know what to expect. Emmanuel Quickly is not ready just yet. This might be a good game for him to play and get some nice minutes because he'd be going up against a young guard. But we all know De'Aaron Fox is a beast.
It's a monster.
De'Aaron Fox, he's a monster. So I'm not sure if Quickly is ready to take up on that he's ready to step that up yet. So this might be a good chance for Tibbs to say, all right, let me throw you in there and see what minutes you get. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to win. And just like you said earlier, this might be a really tough game. If you look at the spread, you know, what you were talking about as far as points, assists, rebounds, we're damn near dead even, right? So in reality, in my opinion, this is an opportunity for Obi Toppin to really show us what he's got. Because he had a bunch of really nice back to the basket plays. I want to say it was about 4 plays that he was kind of the initiator on that came out to some positive results, some good points, some good ball movement. So everyone's already expecting Julius Randle to go off and wanting RJ Barrett to be the guy. But I think I don't remember who alluded to it earlier, but this is going to be our bench's play this game. Our bench this is our bench's play. And I feel like Obi Toppin's got that opportunity to really, because who do they have at the power forward that's really going to be able to, for the most part, stop Obi Toppin, especially with showing him what he showed us yesterday. I think this is Obi Toppin's game.
And that's tonight's game. That's tonight's game, yeah?
Yes.
Or tonight's game, yeah.
This is Obi Toppin's game, but this is Emmanuel Quickly's test. It's his real test where Tibbs can kind of throw him in and say, okay, let's see what you got. You're going up against a young De'Aaron Fox. Not that he's going to start De'Aaron Fox. I mean, not that he's going to start Emmanuel Quickly.
Yeah.
Or Halliburton. He may go against Halliburton.
Or he may go against Halliburton. But we know that Halliburton has played some really good defense on smaller guards. So I'm not expecting him to go right up against Halliburton. I want to see what he can do against De'Aaron Fox. But again, whatever Tibbs does, regardless, Halliburton's a very good guard. De'Aaron Fox is a beast. So whether Elford's starting or Quickly starting, it's a test for the guards. Just like Josh said earlier, this is a guard. We got to deal with guards today.
Right.
But if we can't deal with guards, Toppin's got to be the guy. I need to see some more Toppin because who's really stopping him right now?
So Evergreen, we love you, salute you for serving everything. Look at it right now. RJ should be holding Fox, not Peyton. As far as the speed and the quickness.
I can't get with that one, man.
You think Peyton is going to hold him?
He'll do a better job than RJ, I think.
Yeah, he'll do a better job than RJ, man.
Because of last night against Curry?
Listen, RJ is better against forwards, if anything. He gets cooked by quick guards. And you're gonna put him up against a quick point guard. RJ be in foul trouble by the middle of the second quarter if he's playing against De'Aaron Fox.
And we can't afford that right now. We can't afford that.
Yeah, you don't put RJ on the best player because he'll spend his energy for his offense. You don't put him on the best player.
Yeah, but he can, but he,
So,
right, but he can't stay in front of him.
Trying to play RJ like he can't even handle the
No, it's not that.
Yeah.
I just don't think he can stay in front of De'Aaron Fox, man.
He's out of position playing the point guard.
What I'm saying is, if Thibodeau is gonna play.
It's not playing the point guard. It's just the matchup on defense.
No,
right. That's
he can't stay in front of him.
He can't. He's not gonna be. He could barely stay in front of formidable two guards. I don't know if he's gonna be able to do that against a point guard. One of the best young point guards in the league right now, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So no, RJ is gonna get cooked by De'Aaron Fox. I don't agree with that take at all.
So Peyton's getting cooked too. That means Peyton's getting cooked too by De'Aaron Fox.
Peyton's a better defensive player than RJ Barrett, if you ask me, especially at the guard position. So again, I think Peyton's a better guard defender than RJ Barrett. RJ Barrett plays better defense against bigger, stronger guards that don't move as fast.
And then you said coming off the bench, you want to see quickly. Is he going to be?
I want to see. Yes. I want to see quick. I would like to see.
Is he going to be able to contain Fox?
Well, see.
No,
here.
I don't think so.
But look, I don't think Quickly's going to be on Fox at all. To be honest with you, if you paid attention to what Tom Thibodeau had done over the past few games when we played guards, whenever Curry went out the game, Elfrid Payton came out the game. Curry came back in the game, Elfrid Payton came back in the game. I think it's going to be the same thing tonight with De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I think this is a perfect opportunity, regardless of how Tibbs does.
What was the minutes distribution last night? He played Burks back, right? He came back. He still played 30 minutes. He was hurt. I don't think he cares about anybody. I'm gonna play you.
He's been conditioning. He's been practicing for a while before he got into the game.
Right. So look, guys, the Knicks have a chance. The Knicks have a chance to go back above 500 tonight with a win against Sacramento. They're 8-8. They win tonight. They'll be 9-8. I think they can get a win. So what I want to do, I want to come around to everybody, quickly get the last thing I want to quickly get from you, your X factor to the game and your prediction. I think I got yours, Andy, but I'll come back to you.
You want to start with me?
Yeah, I'm going to start with you.
Well, I think we're going to get a W, but it's not going to be easy because any of our Ws are probably going to get easy before the game. When we start great and stuff like that, we can get an easy win. But before the game, I don't think Tibbs will ever call, the guys in the locker room like, okay, this is going to be a walkthrough and we're going to get a W. So, it's going to be a hard battle. But I think as far as we can contest Fox and Hield and probably hold, the defensive end on the boards and in the paint, I think we can get a W here.
Okay. Divine?
And I know everybody got their worries. Blowout, better coaching, way better coaching. Luke Walton cannot hold a candle to Tom Thibodeau. Their defense can't hold their defense cannot hold a candle to our defense. Their best player, Fox, is not better than Julius Randle to me, because Julius Randle do way more than Fox do. Fox will score, but Julius Randle do scoring, passing, and rebounding. I don't think they players are better than the Knicks players. I don't know what team everybody watching. The Knicks is legit. That defense going to kill them dudes tonight. I'm taking the Knicks in a blowout straight up.
All right.
Woo,
Josh.
All right.
You said a blowout. Okay. I'll take it. It helped me sleep easier.
We could blow out Golden State with Steve Kerr as the coach and Steph Curry is the best player. We're going to kill these dudes. Straight up.
Okay. All right. Josh.
I love it. So I'm not going to say blowout. I do think the Knickerbockers win. Right now, Vegas has the Kings favored by 4. I'm going to flip that. I'm going to say the Knicks are going to win by 3. And one of the Knicks gets a game-winning shot. It's going to come down to the last possession. And I think it's going to be RJ Barrett.
Okay. All right.
Game winning shot, game winning 3-pointer, or game winning 2 is going to be RJ Barrett.
You heard that, right?
107 to 105, 104, something like that.
Y'all heard that, right? Josh said RJ Barrett's going to hit the game winner from the bench.
But the 3-pointer, and a 3-pointer in that.
A 3-pointer from the bench. Prince.
I think I wanted to go. I wanted to be a Knoxer, but I think my player of the game or X factor of the game is going to be Mitch. Which I mean, I know to some people doesn't seem too out the way, but again, I think Mitch might eat in a game like this after going up against Weissman and seeing what he some people say what he should be or what he could become. I think him going up against somebody who's not as offensive skilled or defensively skilled, I think he's going to eat tonight. Mitch is the X factor. I think we win by about 10. Because I don't see them, if they play with that same breakneck pace that the Warriors played with last night. I think our defense is too structured, too tight knit that we won't. I don't think we're going to fail to a team like this. I don't think they're disciplined enough, so I think we rout them early, and I think you see the kids play a lot of the second half.
All right, Chop.
Is Dennis Smith Jr. available?
He's available, but I don't know about he playing.
He's available, but
I want to piggyback off of Devon. This is my X factor. He's gonna have like 2 dunks, 3 fouls, like 7 air balls, but he's gonna dunk on somebody. Dennis Smith Jr. might be the X factor. If he's available.
It's available to bro. Chop, available to get traded, bro.
Oh yeah.
Dennis Smith Jr. Yeah, he won't be. I don't know when's the next time we're gonna see Dennis Smith Jr. play.
Hey, Chop, if he play tonight and do what you said, I'm going to get me some lottery tickets.
I'm gonna tell you, right?
If he come out.
I'm gonna tell you what.
Said like 5 air balls and but maybe like 1-2 dunks. I don't know.
If Dennis Smith Jr. plays tonight, that means the Knicks is either up by 30 or down by 30.
Right.
Okay.
Or the Westchester Knicks are in town. Or the Westchester Knicks are in town.
Right.
I'm giving quickly a double-double. I'm giving quickly his first double-double then.
10 points, 10 assists. Okay. All right. Steph?
The Knicks are legit. Tibbs is legit. The defense is legit. I agree with Prince. We're going to win by 10 plus. And my X factor is Obi. I think this is his coming out party. I'm looking for a double-double from him. I don't see anybody in this second unit that can hang with him. The only issue is how many minutes he gets, because I think he's going to get in like less than 15.
Yeah.
But hopefully he'll get a little more. Though I did see him in a game earlier this season where he didn't play a lot of minutes and he had like 12 points, 6, 7 rebounds. So if he's efficient, he'll be fine. But he's my X factor.
Yeah. Okay. Evergreen.
All right. Couple bits. One, my man's wearing the number 8 jersey. We know about that number 8 number, right? We know what the number 8 number does for us.
Right.
So when people make crazy bits like that and they got the number 8 next to them, I gotta rock with them. But with that being said, I'm gonna pass the DSJ President Fan Club. You can have it, bro.
No. I remember the video with your son. Your son, remember? And then the predictions with the and the draft, everything, the picks.
Right. So because you bigged up DSJ, you can have the DSJ Presidential Fan Club.
I'm not a DSJ fan. I just threw it out there as a joke. You know, I like to joke and be joking around. That's me. I'm just being.
You can't joke about stuff like that with that number 8 on, because that number 8 is effective with the BK family. So we gotta watch what we're doing with that number 8. All right. But I agree with Steph wholeheartedly. I just said it a second ago.
Wait, hold up. You see that, right? You see that, Evergreen? This the MBK family right here. You see that?
No bull.
Platinum plus.
Okay. Yeah, but I agree with Steph wholeheartedly. This is Obi Toppin's game to really shine off the bench. This should be a game that I would go so far as to say is Randall, we can allow him to rest. Not rest, but, allow him to take a break, and we can see what else we got. I think it'll be a tight game. So I find it to be hard for Toppin to get a lot of minutes. But if we're up, then this is Toppin's game for us to show exactly what he's got with some back to the basket. Yeah. He did really well back to the basket yesterday. So I would like to see a little bit more of that, especially since Sacramento Kings don't have a Draymond Green-esque player that they can put on the floor and play. And this is Quickly's test. So I expect the bench to be our outliers in tonight's game. So I'm super excited for that.
Right.
Holmes is legit, though.
So he said what I just said. Obi's going to have a double-double. I'm not Obi. Quickly. Assist and points.
I didn't say that at all, actually.
It's a test.
No, but you did say quickly. You did say quickly, right?
I said this is Quickly's test. This is the game that he gets tested, right? Mm-hmm. Because he played this whole stretch, really. This whole West Coast stretch is all of Quickly's test. But we know that this is a time where he can actually get a lot more minutes simply because he's going against two younger point guards. So this is a time where you can, with Tibbs, can say, all right, let's see what you got, right? Mm-hmm. Also, Josh, I find it crazy that me and you are starting to agree on stuff. What the hell have you been drinking lately?
Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid.
You got to cut that stuff out, bro.
He said Kool-Aid. Drinking the Kool-Aid.
You've been drinking the Kool-Aid. I see you. My guy finally jumped on board. The hatred's gone, so I like it.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about this Knicks team, and I think tonight is going to be a great night for us. I got us winning by 4.
Okay. All right. Nate?
I'm going to double down with Divine and say this game should not even be close. We're the better team, hands down, better coaching, better players. Give the young guys a lot of time to cook and, continue to build their confidence. And I lost my thought. Yeah, no, I think the Knicks are going to win going away. And, if they don't, I'm be a little worried, but I think I think that you got to come out early and you got to put them to the ground and just keep pounding.
Yeah. All right.
It's a back-to-back, though.
Yeah, back-to-back. Right. Back-to-back. Legs might be a little bit tired.
That's why the young players got to step up.
And Tibbs played them the hell of a minutes last night.
They played, the main guys played 30 plus minutes last night. Shout out to Dan Alcanat. He said, Stephanie said that Sacramento was chopping trees. He said, bring the axe. Yeah, Knicks need to bring the axe. And D-Dub, thank you for the super chat. He said, Knox with the crunch time 3, Knicks by 7.
D-Dub, salute.
Yeah. One thing I did notice last night, and, as you got later in the game, even though the Knicks were up big, Burks was in the game instead of Reggie Bullock, I think. So, that's something that I'm going to be looking to see, when Tibbs' rotations. I do think the Knicks win tonight. I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a blowout. But I think the Knicks, I'm hoping for a blowout. I'd like to see a blowout, but I think the Knicks win. The game will be closer than I think people might expect because, Sacramento can't play defense, but they can score. And my question is, can the Knicks continue to score with Sacramento? And big shout out to Lloyd Banks who's in the chat, man. He said South Jamaica Queens
Banks, salute.
On the check-in.
We love you,
salute,
man.
brothers. New York Knicks for the win. Appreciate you, Banks. To me, the X factor is kind of the Knicks offense as a whole. Can we continue to score and just stay, score efficiently, right? We know Sacramento's going to try to push the ball up again. The Knicks are going to have to hold them down. They average 113 points per game. If we can hold them down, keep them to about 100, You know what I'm saying? I mean, we kept Golden State to about 100 last night. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there.
105, right? What was the score? 105, 119?
Yeah, 105 or something like that. If we can keep them down to about 100, you know, and then, you know, we can score, score 110, something like that, I think we'll be good. You know, can the Knicks offense continue to score? That's what makes me nervous about this game. Sacramento can score. Can the Knicks continue to score even though they have a soft defense? You know, because we've seen the Knicks.
Defense be good? I'm sorry, go ahead, Sam.
Yeah, because we've seen the Knicks have off nights. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's a big thing for me. I just want the offense to continue to play efficiently, be able to score the ball against a weaker defense. And then the bench, man. I you know, the Knicks starters played some good minutes last night. The bench, Knox played 11 minutes. Noel played good minutes. I think he played like 30, something like that. And then Obi played like 11 minutes. Quickly played like 11 minutes. You know, so I think we're going to need those guys a little bit more tonight.
Right.
But go ahead, Steph.
I was just wondering how our defensive rotations would be on the back-to-back. Will it be as sharp?
Right. Exactly. So, hey, the Knicks got another chance, man. A couple weeks ago, we won our first back-to-back in like, I don't know, 40 back-to-backs. That was our first win on back-to-backs, right? We'll see if we can replicate it tonight.
Yeah.
But other than that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. I'll be back on about, last night we got on about 12:45, so it'll be about the same time, 12:45. We'll be back on for the post game. I'm pretty sure Legion of Knicks is going to have a watch along, so make sure you check out Legion of Knicks on the watch along. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, we're out of here for the night. Let's try to go above 500, make it 9-8 for the season. You know what I mean? So let's, you know, be peaceful, rest, relax for the rest of your day. Andy, get some rest, my brother. Get some rest, man, because I know you're gonna watch the game right now, probably, but you know, get some rest, and everybody be easy, man. Spread love. Rest in peace, Hank Aaron, too. You know, out of here.